My name is Michael Pete Peterson, and today I am going to present to you on Nixit, developed by Application Development Group 4, Shannon Boyd, Kim Brock, Jonathan Martin, Jocelyn Peterson, and myself, Michael Peterson. When the Federal Communications Commission amended the Telephone Consumer Protection Act in 2012, consumers thought it would address unsolicited calls. Yet the pervasive problem has continued to grow as telemarketers and robocallers circumvent the process with a barrage of tactics. While there are many products on the market today, none provide the comprehensive solution that consumers need until now. Let's begin with an example of a telemarketing call.
Let me see who it is. Hello?
My name is Colin Valenti. I'm calling from Master Travel Incorporated.
Telemarketer!
So as you see by that simple clip of Brendan, telemarketers don't care that you're at work or that you're busy doing something. They're just going to call. Our agenda for this presentation is as follows. We're going to discuss how our product solves a telemarketing issue, what our app store description is going to look like, the product itself and its mock-ups, additional product features, what the $10,000 investment is going to provide as a return, our competitors, our path to success, and finally, our roadmap. Cell phone usage is now replacing standard landlines. Most consumers use their cell phone numbers as their primary phone number. In regards to telemarketing or unwanted calls, Nixit seeks to put the power back into the hands of the consumer to stop unsolicited calls once and for all. Nixit is the first mobile app that combines interactive voice response, IVR, with a digital assistant and call screener functionality to create a low-cost, comprehensive solution to the never-ending barrage of soliciting callers. Nixit looks to provide enhanced communication channels and user interactivity and collaboration by allowing users to add blacklisted numbers to no-call registries seamlessly. The first production version of the Nixit app will run exclusively on the iPhone and include the digital assistant, call screening function, automatic accept reject list, and access to Nixit's proprietary list of phone numbers associated with known sales offices, call centers, and scammers. Based on the app's reception to the market, many additional features are planned but will not be included with version 1.0. These features include announcing callers to multiple devices, desk phone, tablet, laptop, integrating multiple contact lists, and a call forwarding functionality to automatically forward known callers to devices such as a desk phone or a personal cell phone. Trusted source callers that appear in your contacts will automatically bypass the system, with the remainder of calls being routed through the Nixit application. Nixit, like existing iPhone apps Hiya, Who Called, Call Block, and Who Calls, will automatically accept or reject calls from known good and bad callers respectively. However, the power of Nixit also provides a digital receptionist with IVR integration to automatically prompt unknown callers to introduce themselves. With the first digital IVR functionality on the Apple iPhone store, we expect Nixit to obtain the highest ranking on Apple's productivity and business app categories. A successful launch will provide credibility to our future development efforts, increase customer acquisition, and generate significant app income from app sales. Nixit will be a freemium application with all services enabled for 30 days. After those 30 days, continued use of the digital receptionist and IVR will cost the end user 99 cents. Unlike Google Voice and similar cloud-based digital receptionist solutions, our service does not require the user to use an alternate phone number and has no monthly fee. This currently is what our App Store description is going to be on the App Store itself. Please take a second to look at it, and we'll move on to the next slide. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually go do some wireframes or some mock-ups of what the app is actually going to look like. So as you can see behind me, a call is coming in from a 1-800 number, Bob Smith from Pinnacle Bank. Well, we have the opportunity here to answer, reject, or block the call. Next slide. So here's our iPhone, the first screen that we just saw. So I have two options here. I can reject it or block it. With my rejection, I have three options on my reject. I can let them know that I'm busy, I will call you back. I can have them leave a message. And then the final one is, I am driving and can't answer right now. So that is important because in most states, texting and driving is now illegal. Now, if I decide to block the call, I have a list of blocks that I am able to use to include a custom. So you have a telemarketer, you have charities, you have debt collectors, foreign countries, you have a custom. All of these are tailorable. Next slide. Additional options on the Nixit app include the ability to blacklist calls, control announcer settings, make suggestions, and report problems. And finally, find out additional information about the product and how to use it. An interesting note is that the blacklist allows the archiving of users' blacklisted numbers. These numbers can be stored personally or shared publicly to the national no-call list. These enhanced communication channels allow Nixit to lead the market by integrating services with complementers. The costs and benefits must align for the company to support the Nixit project, and we realize that. The data indicates that 330,000 complaints were received by the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, in 2015. Clearly, there is a problem that needs solving. In addition, 148 million telemarketer calls per day means there is no shortage of unwanted calls to be blocked. To address the curse of modern technology, we need smarter technology, which is why Nixit is a worthwhile investment. Our projected revenue model shows 5% of the consumers purchase app add-ons. The forecast for sales for this service are based on 217 million individual numbers on the no-call list, minus a CDC survey that shows that 8% of homeowners do not have cell phones. This new user base of 200 million was further reduced to the number of cell phone-only users provided by the same CDC survey of 47%. When applying the average number of iPhone usage in the market, the 94 million no-call users decreased to an additional 43.6%. Nixit is a potential market reach of 40 million users based on our forecast. If we use our 5% in-app historical purchase figure and apply it to our product purchase, we can forecast that our initial sales at 99 cents will just be over $2 million. So who are our competitors? Nixit's competitors include existing apps Hiya, Who Called, Callback, Who Calls. However, none of these apps offer a competitive IVR functionality, which automatically prompt callers to introduce themselves, allow the users to listen to the message, and then respond with the options to accept, reject, block the call, or reject with the customized message. Google Voice provides similar call screening functionality for free, but requires users to obtain and use a second phone number. Other cloud-based services include Dingtone, Grasshopper, Telzeo, and Voiceably all require a second phone number and charge monthly subscription and per-minute fees for their services. Measuring success first requires us to determine costs associated with the endeavor, then measuring those costs against the expected benefits. A preliminary cost breakdown including all development costs totals roughly $10,000, including a 5% contingency amount to address unforeseen costs. Since Nixit is the first of its kind, it will help our company increase customer acquisition and generate additional income. We live in a society where we're constantly on the go and moving the majority of the day. Consumers are very much addicted to their mobile devices and can download the app in an instant. Users will not have to add their names to the National Do Not Call Registry. To ensure that Nixit is meeting our users' needs, we will form various focus groups with about 7 to 10 participants per group to discuss various topics related to the app's functionality, performance, bugs, and feature requests. Focus group questions may consist of: what do you like about the app? What are the areas we need to improve on? Is the app meeting your needs? Why or why not? In addition to focus groups, we will conduct interviews via telephone, face-to-face, Skype, etc. The quantitative approach involves using a series of structured closed questions where users rank the questions based on the level of importance or satisfaction. The questionnaire can be done on a computer, online survey, or a paper-based survey. Each of these approaches enables Nixit to determine whether or not the qualitative and quantitative methods are truly paying off. So now what you see is our product roadmap and what we see with the future version 1, version 2, and version 3. Version 1 is our Apple iPhone integration, our interactive voice response IVR, automatic accept or reject of calls, and our nuisance blacklist. Version 2 will be our Android integration, our call forwarding, our contact list sync, and our voice to text converter. And then finally, projected out 18 months, will be our version 3, which will include iPad Android tablet integration and the syncing of contact settings and preferences to the cloud. I want to thank you for your time on behalf of my teammates Shannon Boyd, Kim Brock, Jonathan Martin, and Jocelyn Peterson. I, Michael Peterson, just have one last thing I want to say. Nixit will initially be available to all Apple smartphone users. Nixit users will have the luxury of deciding whether or not to accept or reject a call from the palm of their hand. Nixit is a great tool for people who want to avoid receiving telemarketing calls throughout the day. Telemarketers work from anywhere in the world via a call center, home, or an office. I mean, let's face it. To be an effective telemarketer, the process involves accepting 1 or 2 calls. The first call addresses the consumer's needs, and the second call encourages the consumer to purchase a product or a service. From alumni associations to charitable organizations to political parties to public opinion polls, telemarketers create an annoyance, distraction, and unwanted calls. However, for a price of 99 cents, Nixit will allow users to end unsolicited calls seamlessly.